For centuries, humans believed that the ability to create and use tools set us apart from all other animals. Tools, after all, were the foundation of civilization, the first spark of technology. But deep in the forests of South America and on the rocky shores of Asia, another species was quietly rewriting that story. Monkeys. Yes, monkeys. They are not just playful creatures swinging in the trees. Some of them have learned the art of using stone tools. Capuchin monkeys in Brazil were among the first to shock scientists. Researchers discovered that these clever primates pick up heavy stones and use them as hammers. With surprising precision, they smash open the hard shells of nuts that would be impossible to eat otherwise. Even more astonishing, some of the stones they use are sharpened into flakes, eerily similar to the tools made by our early human ancestors millions of years ago. The process is fascinating. A monkey selects a flat stone as an anvil, placing it firmly on the ground. Then it chooses another rock, round, heavy, perfect for striking. Holding the hammerstone with both hands, the monkey raises it high and slams it down with force. Crack! If the nut doesn't break, the monkey doesn't give up. It adjusts the angle, changes the hammer, even tests different nuts. This trial and error approach is not instinct alone. It's problem solving. It's intelligence. But here's where it gets even stranger. Young monkeys don't know how to do this immediately. They learn by watching the adults. For years, juveniles sit beside their elders, imitating their actions, fumbling with rocks and often failing. But over time, with persistence, they succeed. This is not just tool use. It's the passing down of knowledge, a culture of stone tools embedded within a monkey society. In 2016, archaeologists in Brazil uncovered stone tools used by capuchins that were over 700 years old. These weren't tools left by humans. They were the ancient artifacts of monkeys. Imagine that. Long before European explorers arrived in South America, monkeys were already creating their own Stone Age. And it's not just capuchins. In Thailand, long-tailed macaques have been seen using stones to crack open shellfish along the coast. They walk across the beach, carefully selecting shells and rocks, and feast on the prize inside. But here's the twist. In some areas, the monkeys have cracked so many shells with stones that they've changed the ecosystem of the beach itself. Overharvesting not by humans, but by monkeys with tools. What does this mean for us? The fact that monkeys independently developed stone tool traditions challenges the old idea that humans are completely unique. It suggests that intelligence and innovation may emerge wherever survival demands it. Perhaps the human journey is not a singular miracle, but part of a broader pattern written into the fabric of primate evolution. So, when you see a monkey in the zoo or on a documentary, remember this. These are not just animals living in the present. They're echoes of our own past. They remind us that the roots of human technology may not belong to us alone, but to a family of creatures who shared and still share the same spark of curiosity. The jungle may hide many secrets, and the beaches of Thailand may still hold lessons waiting to be discovered. But one thing is clear. The line between human and animal is thinner than we once believed. In the cracking of a nut, in the strike of a stone, lies a story millions of years in the making. A story where monkeys are the craftsmen. When we think of politics, we imagine humans. Elections, power struggles, alliances, betrayals. But in the hidden world of monkeys, politics is just as real and sometimes even more ruthless. Within every troop of monkeys lies a society where dominance, negotiation, and strategy decide who eats first, who mates, and who survives. Welcome to the fascinating world of monkey politics. In many monkey species, especially macaques and baboons, the most powerful position is the alpha male. Becoming alpha is not just about strength. Yes, a strong male can rise to the top by defeating rivals. But staying in power? That requires something else, diplomacy. An alpha, without allies, can be overthrown in days. But one who builds relationships through grooming, food sharing, and protection can rule for years. At first glance, grooming may look like simple hygiene, removing ticks and dirt. But in reality, grooming is a currency of monkey politics. Two individuals spend long minutes combing each other's fur, and in that act, a bond is formed. These bonds can be called upon during times of conflict. If one monkey is attacked, its grooming partners rush to defend it. In this way, a careful balance of favors and loyalty maintains social stability, just like political alliances in human societies. But politics isn't only a male game. In many species, females wield enormous influence. Among rhesus macaques, for example, rank is passed down to the mother's line. Daughters inherit the status of their mothers, meaning that some females are born into privilege, with access to food, grooming, and protection. And sometimes, when females unite, they can even topple an alpha male. Collective action, monkey style. Monkeys are also masters of manipulation. Researchers have observed individuals pretending to see predators, giving false alarm calls that scatter the group, just to steal food in the chaos. Others use deception to sneak mating opportunities, while dominant males are distracted. These strategies may not involve ballots or speeches, but they are clever acts of survival politics. In the savannas of Africa, baboons often stage dramatic power shifts. A young male rises in strength, challenges the alpha, and after a violent clash, a new leader emerges. Sometimes, coalitions of 2 or 3 males band together, overthrowing the top ruler in a coup-like takeover. Power is never permanent. It is always contested. And in monkey societies, the throne can change hands overnight. Yet, it's not all violence and chaos. Monkeys also practice reconciliation. After a fight, rivals may approach each other, lower their heads, and groom. This act restores peace and reduces tension, ensuring the group doesn't fall apart. In this way, monkeys remind us that politics is not just about dominance, but about the survival of the community as a whole. When scientists study monkey politics, they find striking parallels with our own. Coalitions resemble political parties. Grooming resembles backroom deals. Even deception and propaganda exist in their world. The difference? Monkeys do it without words, without elections, yet the outcomes are hauntingly familiar. So next time you watch monkeys chattering in the trees or lounging in a troop, remember, beneath the playful surface lies a world of power games, secret alliances, and social drama. A world where grooming can win you allies, where deception can steal you a meal, and where power, like in human history, always shifts in the end. This is not just nature. This is politics, the monkey way. When we think of culture, we usually think of humans, language, traditions, art, rituals. But what if I told you that monkeys have culture too? Across forests, mountains, and savannas, monkeys pass down knowledge, traditions, and even unique behaviors, not through instinct alone, but through teaching and learning. This is the hidden story of monkey culture. Scientists define culture as behavior that is learned and shared within a group, passed down across generations. And monkeys fit that definition surprisingly well. From grooming habits to tool use, from food preferences to rituals, different monkey groups develop unique ways of living, just like human communities. One of the most famous examples comes from Japan in the 1950s. Researchers observed a young female Japanese macaque named Imo. Imo did something extraordinary. She began washing sweet potatoes in a stream before eating them, removing the sand and making the food more enjoyable. Other young monkeys copied her. Soon, her entire troop adopted the practice. Within a few years, washing sweet potatoes became a cultural tradition, spreading through generations long after Imo was gone. It doesn't stop there. Some troops of monkeys prefer certain foods while neighboring troops ignore them completely. Even though the same resources are available, this is not instinct. It's preference shaped by culture. Just as one human society develops a taste for spicy food, while another prefers sweet, monkeys create their own culinary traditions. Grooming is universal among monkeys, but the style of grooming can vary. In some groups, grooming is formal and hierarchical. The higher-ranking monkeys are always groomed first. In others, grooming is casual and playful, done freely between individuals regardless of rank. These patterns are cultural codes, social traditions passed down from generation to generation. Even monkey playtime can be cultural. Young monkeys invent games, chasing, wrestling, swinging from branches. But the rules of these games differ between groups. What one troop considers normal play might be seen as strange in another. It's a glimpse into how culture shapes not just survival, but joy and entertainment in monkey societies. Capuchins in South America are known for their stone tool traditions, cracking nuts with rocks. Macaques in Thailand wash food in water before eating. Vervet monkeys in Africa have unique alarm calls, and even dialects that differ from group to group. Each of these examples shows that culture is not universal among monkeys, but highly diverse, shaped by environment and history. What's truly fascinating is how this culture spreads. Young monkeys learn by observing their elders. They imitate behaviors, practice them, and eventually master them. This social learning ensures that traditions outlive individuals, passing from one generation to the next, exactly how human culture survives. Monkey culture challenges the old belief that culture is uniquely human. If monkeys can invent traditions, adapt their behaviors, and teach each other, then culture may be far older than humanity itself. It may have begun millions of years ago in the shared ancestors of monkeys, apes, and humans. So the next time you see a monkey washing food, playing in the trees, or grooming its companions, remember this. You are not just looking at instinct. You are witnessing culture in action, a living tradition, a society built on memory, imitation, and creativity, a reminder that we humans are not alone in our ability to shape the world through ideas. For in the heart of the forest and on the shores of distant islands, the story of monkey culture continues. For millions of years, fruit has been at the heart of monkey diets. Sweet, ripe, full of energy, fruit fuels their survival. But in the wild, fruit doesn't always stay fresh. Sometimes it falls to the ground, ferments, and transforms into something entirely different: alcohol. And for monkeys, that discovery led to one of the strangest stories in nature, the tale of the drunken monkeys. Fermentation happens naturally when yeast consumes sugar, producing alcohol. On the forest floor, overripe fruit becomes a cocktail. When monkeys eat these fermented fruits, they can experience effects similar to human intoxication: dizziness, slowed movements, even stumbling. Scientists call this the drunken monkey hypothesis. It suggests that both monkeys and humans evolved an attraction to alcohol because it led them to calorie-rich, ripe fruits in the wild. But monkeys don't stop at fermented fruit. In parts of Asia and Africa, troops of monkeys raid human villages, and what they steal is often shocking. In India, rhesus macaques are known to snatch bottles of beer or wine, biting them open and lapping up the contents. In tourist towns, long-tailed macaques have been caught sneaking into bars, stealing cocktails right off the tables. Videos show them sipping, staggering, and sometimes even starting fights after a few drinks. Just like in humans, alcohol changes monkey behavior. Some become unusually bold, approaching humans without fear. Others grow aggressive, picking fights within their troop. Researchers have even observed drunken monkeys falling out of trees, their balance completely thrown off. It's both amusing and a little dangerous. In 2015, scientists conducted a fascinating study in St. Kitts with vervet monkeys, who are notorious for stealing cocktails from tourists. The results? About 12% of monkeys were heavy drinkers, consuming alcohol whenever they could. Most drank moderately, and a small percentage avoided alcohol entirely. The pattern was eerily similar to human drinking habits, from abstainers to social drinkers to alcoholics. Why are monkeys so drawn to alcohol? One theory suggests that the smell of alcohol helped primates locate ripe fruit in dense forests millions of years ago. Those who could detect and digest ethanol gained extra calories, giving them a survival advantage. In this way, our taste for alcohol may not be a human invention at all, but an ancient inheritance from primates. In some regions, drunken monkeys are seen as mischievous tricksters, woven into local folklore. Stories tell of monkeys who outdrink hunters, steal sacred offerings, or cause chaos at festivals. For villagers, these animals are both pests and entertainers, a wild reminder of nature's unpredictability. But not all stories are funny. Alcohol can harm monkeys, just as it harms humans. Intoxicated animals may stumble into predators, fall from great heights, or suffer from long-term health issues. In some areas, drunken monkeys have even sparked human-wildlife conflict, leading to tragic outcomes. From fermented fruit in the jungle to stolen cocktails in tourist towns, monkeys have proven that their relationship with alcohol is both ancient and ongoing. It makes us laugh, it makes us wonder, and it forces us to question just how different we really are. For when a monkey takes a sip of wine, stumbles, and looks up with glazed eyes, we see a reflection not only of their wild instincts, but of our own human nature. The drunken monkey is more than a curiosity. It is a reminder that the line between the wild and the civilized is sometimes only one drink away. For most of the world, monkeys are seen as wild animals, mischievous, clever, sometimes even pests. But in certain cultures, monkeys hold a far deeper role. They are not just creatures of the forest. They are sacred beings, protectors, symbols of gods, and guardians of temples. This is the story of the sacred monkeys. In India, monkeys are living symbols of Hanuman, the monkey god of courage, loyalty, and devotion. Across thousands of temples, rhesus and langur monkeys roam freely. Worshippers feed them fruits and sweets as acts of devotion. At Hanuman temples, monkeys are not feared or hunted. They are honored. Visitors believe that feeding a monkey brings blessings, protection, and even good fortune. In the holy city of Varanasi, troops of monkeys leap across rooftops, steal offerings, and perch on temple walls. Yet no one dares to harm them. Even when they raid kitchens or snatch garlands from worshippers, they are tolerated, for to harm a sacred monkey would be to invite bad karma. Here, monkeys are part of the spiritual landscape, blending seamlessly into daily rituals. High on a hill in Kathmandu, Nepal, stands Swayambinath, better known as the Monkey Temple. Here, monkeys are guardians of the stupa, believed to have lived alongside the sacred site for centuries. Pilgrims climb long stairways, carrying offerings, while monkeys sit among the prayer flags and golden statues. They are mischievous, yes, but also respected as keepers of the holy place. On the island of Bali, Indonesia, lies the Ubud Sacred Monkey Forest, a sanctuary where long-tailed macaques live among ancient temples and towering banyan trees. Visitors from around the world come not only for the architecture, but for the living presence of the monkeys. Locals believe the animals protect the temple grounds, bridging the world of spirits and humans. Here, monkeys are not just wildlife, they are spiritual caretakers. In Chinese mythology, the monkey holds another sacred form. Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. A trickster, a warrior, a seeker of immortality. Sun Wukong is celebrated in stories, operas, and festivals. For millions, the Monkey King represents resilience, rebellion, and the pursuit of wisdom. Even today, his legend shapes how people see monkeys, not only as animals, but as divine figures of strength and cunning. But being sacred does not always mean being gentle. In many temple towns, monkeys have learned to demand offerings, sometimes snatching food, flowers, or even glasses and cameras from visitors. Yet pilgrims often laugh, seeing these acts not as crimes, but as the playful nature of divine beings. It's a strange duality. Monkeys as both holy and troublesome, revered and feared at the same time. Anthropologists believe that monkeys became sacred because they are so similar to humans. Their intelligence, their mischief, their ability to mimic. All of this made ancient people see them as special, perhaps even closer to the gods. By living side by side with humans, they became part of religion, folklore, and myth. So when you see monkeys running across temple roofs in India or sitting among incense smoke in Nepal, remember this. They are not just animals in those places. They are symbols of devotion. They are guardians of shrines, messengers of gods, and reflections of the divine. The sacred monkey reminds us that the boundary between the spiritual and the natural world is never fixed. It is alive, playful, and watching us from the temple walls. In the bustling streets of Asia and Africa, in markets, temples, and even tourist towns, there lives a clever thief. Not a human, not a bandit in the night, but a monkey, agile, mischievous, and shockingly intelligent. Monkeys around the world have learned the art of theft. This is the story of the monkey thieves. For centuries, monkeys have lived alongside humans. And where there are humans, there is food and temptation. From tropical fruits and snacks to shiny objects like sunglasses and phones, monkeys have discovered that stealing from humans is far easier than foraging in the wild. And they don't just steal, they plan, they target, and sometimes they even negotiate. In India, rhesus macaques are infamous for snatching bags of groceries, bottles of soda, and even jewelry. They leap from rooftops, swipe food from stalls, and disappear into alleyways before anyone can react. Street vendors have developed tricks, using sticks, firecrackers, or slingshots, but the monkeys always seem one step ahead. Some vendors even accept their presence as an unavoidable part of daily life, like paying a tax to the monkey mafia. In Bali's sacred monkey forest, the long-tailed macaques have developed a shocking behavior: hostage-taking. A monkey may steal a pair of sunglasses, a hat, or even a tourist phone, but they don't just run away. Instead, they sit nearby waiting. Locals know what happens next. The monkey will only return the stolen item if offered food. Bananas, peanuts, or biscuits serve as ransom. Scientists have studied this behavior and found that the smarter monkeys often target valuable-looking objects, knowing humans are more likely to pay to get them back. This is not simple theft. It's negotiation. At temples in Nepal and Thailand, monkeys have free rein. Worshippers bring offerings of fruit and flowers, which quickly vanish into monkey hands. Sometimes, monkeys climb directly onto people, untying necklaces, pulling out purses, or flipping over baskets. In many cases, people laugh rather than retaliate. After all, these monkeys are considered sacred, embodiments of gods or guardians of holy places. But behind the laughter is a recognition. The monkeys are exploiting human belief for survival. In cities like New Delhi or Bangkok, urban monkeys have become true bandits. They raid trash cans, jump through windows, and even invade government buildings. In 2007, a deputy mayor of Delhi tragically fell to his death while fending off a group of aggressive monkeys that had broken into his home. The event shocked the nation, reminding everyone just how powerful and fearless these urban primates can be. Why do monkeys steal? Part of the answer lies in their intelligence. Monkeys are opportunists. They recognize patterns, understand human behavior, and know which actions get them the biggest reward. Theft is efficient. It saves time and energy compared to searching for food in the forest. And once a young monkey observes an older one stealing successfully, the habit spreads to the troop, becoming a learned tradition. This raises a strange question: who is truly in control? Humans have domesticated animals for thousands of years, but with monkeys, it often feels reversed. In certain cities, monkeys have adapted to our presence so completely that they manipulate us. They steal, they bargain, and sometimes they even intimidate. It's almost as if we are living in their world, not the other way around. Ironically, while many see monkey theft as nuisance or comedy, it reveals something deeper: the blurred boundary between humans and wildlife. As forests shrink and cities expand, monkeys are pushed closer to human life. Their theft is not just mischief, it's survival. And while people may laugh at a stolen sandwich, these behaviors remind us that monkeys are adapting to a world we have changed. So the next time you walk through a temple, a marketplace, or a forest trail, and you see a pair of bright eyes watching you from above, check your pockets. Your food, your camera, your jewelry might already be targeted. Because out there, among the trees and rooftops, lives a band of agile, fearless thieves. Not humans, not criminals, but monkeys. And in the art of stealing, they may be far cleverer than we ever imagined.